So a Swiss Army knife, for those of y'all that don't know, is basically like this little thing that was a knife, but it also had a spoon and a fork and a cork, a bottle opener, and it just had all these little things on it. So you could do a lot of things with a Swiss Army knife. Basically, with a Swiss Army knife, you were prepared for anything, and that's how they. So that became kind of synonymous with being ready to do anything that the situation requires. To have multiple skills, multiple purposes, multiple options. I teach stock options. I talk to you guys about options all the time. Options are everything. Options are the cousin to freedom. So when you teach these children about economics where they have a Swiss Army knife of options on how they're going to make their money, they're far more likely to be successful than the kid who was only taught how to fill out a job application. That you see, and what you got to understand is that there is a direct conflict of interest between you and Massa when it comes to the range of options that children are given. Massa don't want you to have no options. Massa don't want you to have a plan B. Massa does not want you to have the ability to walk away from the table because he needs you there. He needs you. He needs you to come to work. He needs your labor. So he don't want you to have options like that. That just like when we vote, they don't want you to. They don't want you sitting around saying, "Well, wait, do I? I don't have to vote Democrat or Republican. I'm going to vote Independent. I'm going to vote, Green Party." They don't. They don't want that. They don't want you to have options. They want. They want you to have the illusion of options, right? So they want you to show up to this vast, complex economic system, this very competitive, very racist system, and they want you to show up and say, "Well, which job am I going to get?" I could get a job working for white man A. I could get a job working for white man B. I could get a job working for white man C. I got plenty of options. No, you don't. We have not optimized the situation here because all your options lie within the very same system, such that if something goes wrong for you, they can boot you out of the entire system altogether. And you're talking to again. I'm not no. I skirt on. I'm kind of a little bit of an intellectual outlaw. I'm as far as scholars go. I'm an outlaw. I was pretty much blackballed by the time I left Syracuse because I told the university I was going to sue them for racism. I had spoken out very proud, loudly about my experience there. I spoke about the racial disparity. I called them out for the fact that they had entire departments that had never in 100 years hired a single black person. I don't regret any of that, but there's no way on that earth I could have done that and then thought that the university down the street was going to hire me because these people all talk to each other. They look and they Google and they say, oh, he caused these problems at Syracuse. We don't want him here. And that's okay. That's life. That's how things work. So it was options that saved me. Options give you freedom. So your children have to have options. This is my point. The biggest question that every black child should ask themselves when they go into the economic system is how many different ways do I have to make sure that I get what I need? How many ways are there out there for me to go get paid? And what you want them to really do is you want them to be thinking like, and it ain't got nothing to do with what kind of grades you made. It ain't got nothing to do with whether you went to college or not. And it ain't got nothing to do with all these other things that people tell you matters. What really I want your children to be similar to my cousin who didn't go to college. And we were talking about making money, and he said, oh, money is everywhere. Money's everywhere. There's plenty of ways to make money. You don't want people to say, "Gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna find," because the money is everywhere. You just have to have different options of knowing how to get it. Where's your Swiss Army knife? So let me tell you what the science says about this topic, and then I'll give you some frameworks to kind of analyze and think about this. Just another reminder too. In case you want to get your kids ready with options, we do have financial flashcards for kids. If you go to financialflashcards.com, that's financialflashcards.com. This summer might be a good time for you to get them ready. Get them ready in terms of understanding economics. It's not hard to understand, but you have to pay, spend some time on it, and you want to get them ready in advance. So let me read the science here with you guys, and then I promised myself I'd make the session not too long because I do have to go get my wife from the track. All right. So here's a study from the Institute for Family Studies. It says that couples with female breadwinners report lower life satisfaction compared to dual earners and male breadwinner setups. Men particularly face psychological challenges when unemployed, affecting overall relationship satisfaction. There's another study from the Institute for Family Studies that says female breadwinners often experience a quote well-being penalty facing societal and relational pressures that can strain partnerships. Okay, interesting. So if women are doing better, society kind of punishes women, telling them, well, because you have that master's degree, nobody's going to want to marry you, or you become a doctor, then no man is going to want you, which to me just, I mean, there's got to be a better solution than to tell women to stay stupid. Like I don't get that. I don't really I never understood that. I never it makes me sad to hear that where we're sort of, I mean, they talk about having a culture of anti-intellectualism where smart people are just not as appreciated as dumb people. And I'm like, why would you want the Black community to remain stupid and unsuccessful? I just don't understand that. So no, I'm never going to advocate for this idea that women should like burn books and run away from classrooms in order to be suitable for men who don't want to try to rise to the occasion or at least show respect and appreciation for what you've accomplished. I've seen many cases. I've seen a few cases where you have a guy who's like a truck driver whose wife is a neuroscientist, and he supports his wife in every way that he can. He says, yeah, she respects me as a hardworking truck driver, and I respect her as a hardworking neuroscientist. And I went to my wife's graduation. I brought her flowers. Me and the kids were there to celebrate her accomplishment and to tell her how amazing she is. And that works. I just seen that work, and I don't get it. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I have to live that experience. I'm not a truck driver. No, shout out to all the truck drivers that listen.